Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, it's Regit and welcome back to the beginner account again. This is the first time I've actually recorded them back to back with the intention of uploading them back to back. And it feels quite exciting. That and the excitement of being on the moon of Empire Accounts Chapter 3, which is very good news. We're finally here, and the good news is, it should be fairly plain sailing. Now before I start, I do have a question because someone commented an idea which I thought was rather good. Instead of this series being called Let's Play Battle Cats, should it be changed to something like Beginner Tips and Tricks? Apparently that would help reach it to the target audience better, and I think that's a valid point. And so I bring it to you. There should be a poll. Should I change the name, or shouldn't I? So, this is Empire of Cats, Chapter 3, Moon. The first level really, which people in the Battle Cats community usually encounter as a big problem. But done correctly with the right sort of stuff, it should be pretty easy. Now, the best place to start with something like this as a video is to show you what I've got and to what degree I've got what I've got. So, as you may be familiar, I've collected all my superior treasure on Empire of Cats Chapter 1 and Chapter 2. But in Chapter 3, things are slightly different. I have not, in fact, got all of the treasures. I've got my energy drink, my giant safe, my clock, my philosopher's stone, my smart material wall, my super register, and my legendary cat shield. But I do not have this one. None of this treasure at all, so my cat attack power is lower than it could be. I haven't got a full NG core, and to be honest, cat cannon attack doesn't really matter that much. I haven't got the recharge speed of the cat cannon treasure, and this one's a max energy, and you get the last treasure from Moon anyway, so I naturally wouldn't have that. Also, a fairly large number of people have been asking, why have you got loads of cat capsules? Well, I've had this account for a long time, and videos have been sort of relatively rare, so what I've done is just accumulated a lot of cat capsules, and I'm keeping it that way because I want to keep my cats at the sort of minimum level that I can still do levels with, so that the strats are most accessible. So, on that note, I will show you the levels of my cats. My macho cat is level 20 plus 4. I mean, they'll all be level 20, that's just natural. And my highest plus level is plus 6, which my wall cat has. Brave cat is not going to be used. Sexy legs cat has plus 3. UFO cat plus 2. Whale plus 2. Dragon plus 4. And mythical titan cat plus 3. I've not upgraded my cat cannon attack at all, so I can fire the cannon regularly. And the rest of these are maxed. And the max is plus 6, which I have for worker cat rate. And other than that, all less than plus 6 or the same as plus 6. So should be fairly accessible, and if you get all your treasure anyway and have lower plus levels, it should balance things out. And from my experience, I did do a trial go of Moon. It's not a close run thing, so it probably should be fine anyway. So, this is the strategy. There was a little bit of debate in the comment section before as to the use of Mother Cat. Now, some people, naming no names, think that it's no good because the stats are that it actually has about a quarter of the attack power and less health than Paris Cat. But Paris Cat is gacha. We can't use it. So Mother Cat is our alternative. And the great thing about Mother Cat is that, like Dragon, she can be stacked on this level, meaning that we have our meat shields going forward and being killed by Bun Bun, but behind them we are getting a large stack of these Mother Cats doing lots of damage to Bun Bun, so the damage will add up anyway, and it doesn't really matter. Other than that, the strat's just basically as it was in the last video, because I don't really need to change it. And now, I think, is to the moon to explain how we're going to conduct ourselves during the level. It's very exciting this, there's cats on the moon. Right, so, as you are into Moon, there are many enemies in that approaching you. Firstly, a kangaroo. The best thing to do is to start meat shielding. Now, what I've found with Moon here is that you actually reach the cat limit quite a lot. The cat limit is 50, and so to avoid reaching that as easily, we're only going to be using 2 of these meat shields because that's all we really need. And what we're going to do is try and employ a bit of dragon stacking. So what we're going to be doing is just meat shielding with these 2 units while upgrading worker cat when we get monies, and also getting dragon cat when we can. That means we'll have a large number of them, and like the mother cats, we're going to stack them against Bun Bun when we reach him. But the most important thing to do, fundamentally, is to try and build up your worker cat to max, and then have maximum monies before you actually go for the main attack on the base. Right, my monies are maxed, we have quite a few dragons with us, and I reckon now is as good a time as ever to go towards the base. So basically, start spamming all your cats. There's nothing much more really to it. We can bring out Valkyrie now, and we'd probably be fine to do it because she won't run ahead to the base because we've still got enemies coming out at us. And you just keep meat shielding, putting out all the cats you can, and you'll just get monies because the enemies keep coming at you. You're going to be fine, and you'll probably end up reaching the cat limit. That's fine, it just shows you have a lot of cats in the field. There you go, there's our deploy limit. And just keep spamming meat shields when we can to protect our cats, and eventually we'll make it to the base for the next stage of the attack. Right, so I'd suggest personally it's very important to keep your cat cannon until you hit the base, because sometimes when a boss comes out, causes its shockwave and starts attacking you, it can just lob off a massive load of your cats and just kill them without warning, somehow. Not entirely sure how it does it, but to prevent it from doing that, it's always good to cat cannon the boss away before you start. Now, this sort of mass of enemies does tend to come out before Bun Bun does, but if you keep meat shielding, you should be fine. Our meat shields are a bit thin on the ground because they're just being killed, but actually, through all this time we've spent, we've actually been able to get ourselves another Valkyrie cat, which should help our cause. Now, these enemies are rather strong, and to be honest, that is going to be a little bit of an issue. A lot of our cats are going to die, but it's not going to put all of our hard work to waste. At least eventually, we'll probably get to the base. We're on the deploy limit, and we're soon to have Bun Bun come out. Come on, Bun Bun. Come on. Out you come. Out you come at the base. Come on. Come on. I'm getting a bit impatient. Right, here he is. So, cat cannon him back a little bit, just to sort of align him with your cats. And now, spam for dear life your meat shields and, well, pretty much everything else. You're going to have plenty of monies, or at least you should. And yeah, that's all there is to it, really. Now we're definitely spamming our 3 meat shields because we need to keep Bun Bun stalled where he is. That's the best way to kill him. And that's pretty much all there is to it. Your Valkyrie is probably going to die because your cats are just going to get isolated out the front, especially if you're on the cat limit. That's just what tends to happen. But Valkyrie has decently small recharge time for a cat of its type, so you can get it back fairly often. And from this point on, just meat shielding and stacking dragons and mother cats should basically pave the way for a victory. Occasionally maybe use your cat cannon to get rid of, if there's a lot of peons around, get rid of them. And yeah, just keep doing that. At this point, monies do tend to get a little bit tight, so just be more conservative with them, really. Just spam your meat shields. And the occasional thing which you know you can stack and won't die very quickly, like the mother cat or the dragon cat, and just keep going like that. Use your cat cannon when you can, and soon enough you'll have a burst of monies and you'll probably be able to get another Valkyrie cat. As you probably noticed, a lot of the advice I've given has sort of not really gone back on itself, but it hasn't worked out. That's because, well, this isn't a perfect run. It's actually comparably quite a bad run to my practice run, but if anything evidences the fact that a level is more than possible is if a bad run can still have you beat the level. And I reckon it's better to get a bad run in a tutorial with good intentions than to get a good run that no one else can recreate. Cough, cough. Now, you may have seen just then, I did make a mistake with my cat cannon. That's something to bear in mind. I think I've gone over this before, but when you cat cannon an enemy and it's knocked back, it briefly has no hitbox. So if your cats are not attacking something, they will move forward. And Valkyrie cat, as it moves quite quickly, usually puts herself in danger. So if you're cat cannoning, remember to probably cat cannon while Valkyrie is attacking, so she doesn't move forward and get ourselves killed. But while explaining that, Bun Bun has died, admittedly nearer to my base than in my practice run, but as I've said, if it's a run that works, it's probably better if you've had a bad run, because then your mistakes, probably if emulated by someone else, they don't have to worry about it as much, because you can still probably rescue it and win. And there you go, that's really all there is to Moon. Obviously there are a few more peons, but as soon as we get to the base and start destroying it, there's nothing that's going to stop us. And that's it, really. You win Moon, and then very good things happen. Just as a bit more of an explanation as what could have gone better, in my practice run at least, I did have a better dragon stack, like the one that's sort of forming at the moment, and a mother stack the same way. If your Bun Bun doesn't, you know, unluckily hit your stuff into oblivion, you should be able to get a stack like that. But as proven by this run, even if your stack does get destroyed, just be conservative with your monies until you've got a burst of them, and then spend them on trying to re-establish a stack, and you're probably going to be fine, as long as you're meat shielding at all times. And there we go, that's a victory. We're going to press OK, and good things are going to happen. Well, this cutscene, but we don't really care. You can read that when you do it if you want. Cat fruit storage has been unlocked. Now, this is an interesting one. Cat fruit was introduced in version 5, and it allows you to true form certain cats. Now, these certain cats are, to my memory, all gacha cats. So we don't need to care about this. And this is the important bit. All clear bonus, you got Bahamut Cat. Unlock it at the upgrade menu. Now, Bahamut Cat is a staple throughout the entire game. It does have a true form, which radically changes how it works, but throughout the game, it is used a lot, and it's a very important legend. Your second and arguably most used in the game legend. And so therefore, I think it's time to go and unlock it. So it's in Special Cats, is where the legends go, and it's next to Valkyrie Cat here, Bahamut Cat, an ancient cat weapon that was rumoured to have caused the first apocalypse, has unearthly offensive power. Well, at least it's not an adpocalypse, that's probably better. So this is Bahamut Cat. I reckon I'm going to upgrade him and stuff later, but we've acquired him now, and this is the end of the third series. I'm going to have to make a plan as to what's going to happen in the fourth series. I believe we're going to be moving on to things like Crazed Cats in the next series, so that should be exciting. And Bahamut Cat's really going to help with that sort of thing, and that's the direction we're going to take next, as well as trying to get through into the future to eventually unlock the true forms of Valkyrie Cat and Bahamut and Into the Future Chapter 2 and 3. So that's the plan for the future, and between now and the future, I will have to develop the future. But until then, I hope you enjoyed.